So many people have been shying away from this, and I wanted to talk about it. Do you think if Faith was not disqualified from Big Brother Nigeria House, do you think he would have not been among the top three? Or do you think he would have not been among the top two? I would like us to have this conversation without any form of bias, and let's leave the idea of standing a particular person and let us actually delve into this like analysts, right? So let's go. So first off, Faith is actually a very, very great contender, to be very honest. Like from the first time he stepped into the house and all of that, and had conversations with people and participated in tasks and whatnot, we could actually tell that he was actually very intelligent, right? And there were so many analogies he gave in the house, and there were so many analyses he gave in the healthcare sector, and also as regards science, that just made a lot of sense to me because I have actually heard of it. I have studied it, and I have also had like a very broad knowledge on those things he was explaining in the house. So it was easy for me to relate, and I just knew it takes somebody to be very smart or somebody that knows his onions to say these things. So I'll give it to him. His brilliancy actually made him very, very open to people to receive a lot of love from them. Like I remember from the first time he stepped on the stage, he gave somebody his jacket, and I was just like, who is this guy giving someone a jacket, right? But he did it regardless, and never for once did he mention it that, oh, I gave my jacket to somebody on the stage and whatnot. He kept saying he had enough. Till everything went sour and all of that, and to be very honest, I'm not supportive of anything that involves violence, so let's leave that aside. Anyway, the main purpose of this video is to tell you that if Faith was actually in the house, he would have been among the top three, to be very honest. And the gap that Imisi actually gave Dede, I'm not sure she would have given Faith that same amount of gap. It would have been quite close, to be very honest, because Faith is a contender. When he was inside the house, he had, people that called themselves the Faithfuls, and they were like, very, very intentional about voting for him and all of that. And, it was just a lot. But to be very honest, that gap, can you see the 40-something% and Dede is having like 20-something%? If it was left for both of them, let's say Faith and Imisi on the stage, and we're to say the final vote, I'm not sure that gap would be that much between both of them, because to be honest, they are both amazing contenders. It was very easy to predict later on that these two will actually make it to like the top three or the top two or whatnot. It was very easy to actually decode, but nonetheless, as the whole thing unfolded like this, the next person in line was Dede, which, to be honest, she played that game well from the beginning to the end. She was quite consistent with what she was doing. She was very intentional about what she put out there. She was like Ebuka said, she's strict, but not in a demeaning form, or not in a way to put her in a certain light. Strict in the sense that if she wants something, she sticks to that thing. If she says this is how this thing will be, that is how it's going to be. Like more or less like somebody that hold on to a particular value and stick with it to the end. So basically. So whatever it is, this is just like my opinion and whatnot. Let's know in the comment section. Like I said, it is not for anybody to start dragging or bashing the next person. State your opinion and be respectful about it. I am your favorite coach, and I'll see you in my next one.